You are standing in a tennis shop. You pick up the racket your favorite pro uses. It costs $300. You recognize the name from the tour, and you do not question the price. You probably overpaid. Most players spend more than they need to on tennis gear, not because better options do not exist, but because nobody with a marketing budget is pointing them out. The brands that advertise hardest are not always the brands that perform hardest. Let's start with rackets. Number 1 is ProKennex. Here is what makes this brand genuinely different. They built actual moving mass into their rackets, not as a slogan. Actual micro bearings placed inside 4 chambers in the frame shift toward the point of impact to absorb shock at the moment the ball hits the strings. Tennis Nerd tested 3 ProKennex models with a full bed of polyester strings, the kind of setup that normally punishes the arm, and reported no discomfort whatsoever. Tennis Warehouse's Ace Station page describes these frames as featuring some of the most arm-friendly flex ratings in the market, stated as a specification, not a marketing line. The professional playtest of the Key Black Ace Pro found the entire team praising arm-friendly comfort, precise placement, and responsive stability. The 2025 Black Ace Pro earned rave reviews from every tester, with one calling it the best racket they had tested all year. In the verified buyer reviews on the ProKennex Classic 5G page, the pattern repeats. Players who developed tennis elbow on Wilson, Technifiber, or head frames switched to ProKennex, recovered, and never went back. ProKennex has no tour presence. No Djokovic, no Alcaraz. Their following is almost entirely players who found the brand out of desperation after injury and stayed because it genuinely worked. And not a single major brand in tennis has ever built anything quite like it. The cruelest part is how many players never find it until the damage is already done. No pro uses it. No ad campaign tells you to buy it. That's exactly why it costs what it costs, and why it performs better than most frames at twice the price. But it's not just rackets where the big names are collecting an endorsement tax. Let's talk shoes. Number 2 is K-Swiss. You know it as the white five-stripe sneaker your uncle wore in 2003. That's the problem. Somewhere between the 1990s lifestyle crossover and the Adidas Barricade era, the tennis world forgot that K-Swiss was built for tennis specifically. It was the original American tennis shoe brand, founded in 1966 on the concept of making the first all-leather court shoe. The performance line never went away. Nobody noticed. Tennis Warehouse Europe ran a full play test on the Ultrashot team and found outstanding traction, breathability, and stability, concluding it is one of the better performing tennis shoes priced under $100. An independent reviewer at Rackets and Runners called the Ultrashot 3 a precious diamond in the sea of tennis shoes, naming it their current favorite on the market. Run Repeat confirmed the Hypercourt Supreme's booty-style upper makes the shoe feel like an extension of the foot, with a low heel-to-toe drop that keeps you grounded and fast. A 2026 comparison at Tennis Leo rated the Hypercourt Pinnacle as better value and better features than the Wilson Rush Tour 5 at a comparable price. And then there is the 6-month outsole guarantee. K-Swiss offers it. Nike does not. Adidas does not. If you burn through outsoles from toe dragging, that warranty alone changes the value maths significantly. K-Swiss makes some of the best value court shoes available. The only reason you do not know that is because they spent their budget on building the shoe instead of buying airtime. Now back to strings, because if you are still buying Babolat or Luxilon by Reflex, there is a brand you need to know. Number 3 is Solinco. This one has a following. It just happens to be almost entirely at the college and competitive junior level, exactly the places casual recreational buyers never look for gear advice. If you've ever asked a college player or a ranked junior what strings they're running, there is a real chance they said Solinco. And if you're a club player buying off the shop wall, you probably had no idea what that was. Tennis Companion's 2026 review named Solinco Hyper G Soft the top pick for highest performance soft polyester, retaining the exceptional control and spin of the original while adding above-average arm comfort. Tennis Express tracks Solinco as having grown from a California startup into one of the top string manufacturers in tennis, with genuine appeal at the professional, college, and recreational levels. Tennis Nerd confirmed, Solinco Confidential delivers excellent control and rewards aggressive attacking players. Experts consistently place Solinco Hyper G in the same tier as Luxilon and RPM Blast for spin and durability, but without the Tour endorsement embedded in the price. Solinco is the string brand serious players quietly trust. The Tour has its endorsement contracts. Your wallet doesn't need to fund them. Now, the second racket brand on this list is less about injury protection and more about German engineering that never gets the credit it deserves. Number 4 is Volkl. Founded in 1923 as a ski manufacturer, it entered tennis in the 70s and then basically stopped advertising. Somehow, despite making genuinely excellent rackets, it became the best-kept secret in the racket aisle. The Tennis Tribe said plainly that despite the lack of marketing, Volkl still produces some of the best tennis rackets available. Tennis Magazine once described the Volkl 5-1 Classic as an extension of the arm, and the brand still plays to that strength. The Vostra V9, reviewed by Tennis.com in 2024, features red cell technology, a composite of carbon fiber V-cell and Reva dampening resin placed at key points on the hoop and throat. The V10 carries a V-Tex butt cap and a V-sensor handle pin to reduce vibration. Reviewers called it a tried and true advanced player frame, solid, accurate, and trustworthy. The Vostra Vive 8 impressed Tennis Warehouse playtesters with easy power, strong stability, and excellent spin access. Players in the Tennis Nerd community who switched to Volkl after arm injuries on other brands reported zero discomfort running stiff, full-bed polyester. All of this is available for around $250, at or below a Wilson blade, a head gravity, or a Babolat pure drive. This is real value for serious players. Volkl builds rackets with real engineering and zero ego. No endorsement markup, no cosmetic update cycle. Just a frame that does exactly what it claims to do. Which brings us to number 5, the one with the lowest barrier to entry. Number 5 is Gamma. If your reaction is who, that is exactly the problem. Gamma has been making multi-filament strings since before most of today's club players picked up a racket. Tennis Warehouse describes them as producing some of the most well-rounded multi-filaments available. Their playtest of Gamma Professional called it one of the game's best, comfortable and crisp, and a strong natural gut-like alternative at a lower cost. The Live wire line uses ZX monofilaments to push durability further without killing the feel. Gamma's TNT 2 Soft has been directly compared to Luxilon LU Power and assessed as delivering similar spin and control at close to half the price. Half the price. Same performance category. You have probably walked past Gamma strings 100 times. Babolat and Luxilon have Swiatek and Djokovic. Gamma has a quiet shelf spot at your local pro shop. Next time, actually pick them up. None of these brands paid to put their name on a famous player's bag. That money gets built into the price of every product from the brands that did. These 5 didn't. ProKennex, K-Swiss, Solinco, Volkl, Gamma, real performance. No endorsement tax. The best gear doesn't always have the best marketing. Sometimes it just has the best product. Start with the strings, the lowest cost, and the fastest proof.